Welcome back to Those Vegan Chefs. I'm Stefan, and this channel is dedicated to making you a better vegan cook. Today we have a parsnip recipe. The parsnips are roasted with smoked paprika. We have a caper vinaigrette, and of course the most delicious mushroom puree you've ever had. So it's the perfect side to bring to your next holiday party. Let's make it. We're gonna get the mushroom puree started. Now I know mushroom puree can sound a little boring. It has the potential to be a complete train wreck of flavors and textures. Not the case today. The first step in our mushroom puree is slicing our yellow onion. We're gonna add our 3 tablespoons of olive oil to the pan. We're gonna use our bench scraper. We're gonna add our onion. Go the onions. You could hear just the smallest amount of sizzle. We're really going to allow the onions to cook slowly. I'm talking like maybe 15 minutes. We have 3 cloves of garlic smashed. 1, 2, 3. We're going to season with a generous teaspoon of kosher salt. It's going to help release the liquids. It's going to help the onion become translucent, tender, and soft. While the onions are cooking, I'm going to slice 2 cups of button mushrooms. See, there's not water, but liquid being released from the onions. You can see they're starting to become tender. Another 5 minutes or so. There we go. I mean, woo! Look how beautiful those look. Look at that. The garlic smells amazing. The onions are so soft. I can eat them just like this. Okay, so our next step is we're gonna turn up the heat just a touch. Check it out. So, what you guys didn't see, due to technical failure on my part, the battery ran out. And we're basically going to cook this over low heat covered for 10 minutes until the cashews are tender, the mushrooms are tender and cooked and releasing their liquid, and then we're going to puree the whole thing, and it's going to be amazing. So we're going to cover it, we're going to let it cook. See you in 10. All right, let's check it out. Woo! It smells so good. The thyme. We're going to puree our mushrooms and beans. Put the lid on. I'm going to get the stir stick. We're going to puree it up. And puree. Puree turned out so amazing. The mushroom puree is done. Now it's time to prep our parsnips. We're going to start by peeling the parsnips and removing any blemishes. And the next step for me is actually one of the most important steps. We're going to remove the core from the parsnip. And of course, we're going to do that together. So first I'm going to peel the parsnips. Let's start removing the core. Some of these. We're going to cut the parsnip in half lengthwise. And we can see the core runs all the way through. I personally find it fibrous, tough, I don't know. The outside is so tender, so sweet and creamy that I prefer to cut it out. So step 1, cut them in half. We're going to cut it in half again, and you could actually see there's like a center that runs through the core, and we're just going to follow that. So now we'll have quarters, and this really makes it quite efficient and easy to pop the core out. So we're going to run right along that line. You can see the separation between the parsnip meat and the core, and you're just going to use the tip of your paring knife. And essentially the tip of the paring knife is cutting just enough in, and then you could gently just start popping the core right out. Might need to trim a little bit. Perfect. We're gonna add the parsnip to a large bowl. Gonna hit the parsnips with some salt. We're gonna add a couple tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. This is gonna help the smoked paprika and the red chili flakes stick to the parsnips. We're gonna first make sure everything is nicely coated before we add our smoked paprika. Actually, you know what? That spoon just isn't working for me. Sometimes you have to get in there with your hands and you have to massage the parsnips to make sure the oil is coating it all. So otherwise, I just felt like we were just moving it around. All right. This is where personal taste comes in, everybody. Either you like a lot of spice or you just want a touch of smoked paprika. So we're gonna start with maybe a tablespoon and just kind of rub that in there and see how we feel about it, see what it's looking like. I was really wanting it to be coated and really deep in color. I'm gonna go a little more. And I really want that smoke to play off the sweetness of the roasted parsnip, the sweetness and the caramelization that's going to occur while it's in the oven. I think that looks really nice. And we're just going to hit it with just a little bit of red chili. It's going to bring a nice pop of contrast, a little bit of heat to the dish. We're going to add a couple more drops of olive oil. Yo, these look amazing. They're looking so good. See, this is why it's important to use your hands. Like I had a whole clump right there. Boom. Fixed it. Massaged it back in. Our parsnips need massages too, people. My oven's preheated. I have my sheet pan lined with parchment paper. I'm gonna go do opposite ends in the oven, 450. About 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Beautiful parsnips. Velvety, smooth, and earthy mushroom puree. We have wild arugula to garnish the plate. The only thing missing is a sauce. Actually, not a sauce, it's gonna be a vinaigrette. We're gonna make this amazingly simple, but highly delicious caper vinaigrette. Pan medium high. We're gonna hit it with a generous amount of olive oil, probably 4 tablespoons. I like to make a little extra because I love just having it around the house. You put it on everything. We have our capers right into the warm oil. Temperature is key. We want to fry the capers, but not so hot that the capers burn, but we're just looking for the capers to start to open up. And while during the frying process, we're basically flavoring the oil. Once the capers have opened up, we're going to add our sliced garlic, and we're going to continue to manage the heat between medium and like a medium low. We're looking for the garlic to become lightly toasted. It becomes almost like toasted and chewy at the same time. So we're going to continue to cook on that medium heat until just toasted. Next, we're going to add our almonds, about a 1/4 cup. And we're going to lightly toast all of that together. So it's a good timing. Right when the garlic's just lightly turning brown, bam, we hit it with our almonds with the skin on. We're going to add a tablespoon of the caper brine liquid. I'm just going to stir that in. We're going to pull it off the heat. The last step, after allowing the vinaigrette to cool just a touch, is we're going to grate a lemon on our microplane grater. I'm gonna take this beautiful little bite right here that has like the almonds and the capers. Oh my gosh, it's so tender. It smells so good. Just take a little spoonful. You know, it really comes down to like 3 simple things happening. We have this rich, creamy mushroom puree that's earthy. We have the sweetness of the roasted parsnip. And then we have like that punch of the brine in the capers. 3 simple things all coming together to create this bite that is just really dynamic and delicious. It's a delicious side, you guys. As always, I'll see you next week.